Hey everybody, welcome to this B1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to train your listening and comprehension as I speak. So today I'm going to talk about the beach. This is a subject that most people like, because most people like the beach. But I would say that I'm actually in that small minority of people that don't really love the beach. I'd say that I sometimes like going to the beach, but honestly I prefer other types of terrain. But I'll get back to that later. Let's talk about all the cool beach activities that you can do. First of all, there are a ton of cool sports that can be played in the sand, like volleyball, soccer, football, etc. I've got to say that even though I'm not all that crazy about the beach volleyball is one of the sports that I love the most. There's just something about moving and diving around in the sand that I really like. And I'm fairly tall, so I have the advantage of being able to spike the ball over the net, which is pretty fun. Soccer and football can also be fun to play on the beach, but for me, I think I prefer to play those sports on normal grass. It's just easier to move around, it's flat, and you can play on a bigger field. So besides sports, of course one of the other things that people do on the sand is sunbathe. Now this is something that I could never do in a million years because I burn super easily. If you put me out in the sun for a few hours, I'd come back looking like a ripe tomato. No joke. I'm sure some of you might say something similar. Some of us get a nice tan when we're out in the sun, and some of us burn badly. I remember one of my all-time worst sunburns was when I went on a pretty long bike ride wearing a sleeveless shirt. It was kind of cloudy outside, so I didn't think I needed sunscreen, and boy was I wrong. My arms were peeling for a long time after that day. Okay, so back to the beach. Let's talk about some of the different water activities now. Growing up, I did some boogie boarding, which I actually find pretty fun, it just doesn't look as cool as surfing. If you've never been boogie boarding before, it's when you have a rectangular board and you lie down on it, and when a big wave comes, it pushes you into the shore. It's pretty fun. I've actually been thinking about learning to surf recently, because I've had a few different students who are surfers, and they talked to me about it and made it sound pretty cool. So maybe I might try it, but I don't think I'd be that good at it. Besides surfing and boogie boarding, there are also some other more exotic looking activities like kite surfing and windsurfing, and some boat activities like jet skiing or sailing. I have been sailing before, but on the bay, not in the ocean. Sailing is something that would be cool to get into, but it takes a lot of practice, training, and dedication, and so I don't think I'll ever go that route. Alright, so I mentioned earlier that I'm not a big beach guy, and that's mainly for two reasons. The first is the sun. I burn easily. And the second is that if I have free time, I prefer to go to other places, like the mountain, the forest, the countryside, even the desert. So it's not that I don't like the beach, I just like other nature places better. But despite that fact, I've lived close to the beach for most of my life, and I know I'm lucky for that. Alright, so that's all for today. Leave a comment and tell me some of the things that you like doing at the beach. I'll see you next video.